Okay. Sure. And added to his beauty. You can add that his tail, added to his beauty. Remember the grandfather always thought that anybody would look beautiful with a tail. Of his aunt's dresses. When they would come, aunt's dresses, aunt's apostrophe s, aunt's dresses. And then come, or then they would try to come near him, near to you're probably seeing there. Now, no need of adding and. Like, we have destroyed the playful stop. And then start with the next sentence. At a private zoo, and you could also add what animals did he have there. Okay, fine. So you understood the story. Even that when they ask one line answer questions, you will be able to remember an answer, right? Okay. So we'll start with the second lesson from Beehive, and the name of the lesson is The Sound of Music. I'll try to show you the picture possible of every Lenny. See, this is the lesson about Evelyn Lenny. That's Evelyn Lenny. She is still alive. Okay, many times children ask, is she still alive? Yes, she is very much alive. You can see her. She's a percussionist. You know what is a percussionist, right? Percussionist is the one who plays all those drums and everything. Okay, tabla, all these are called percussion instruments. So she's a percussionist. See her? So that's a percussionist. And she can play more than, they say she can play more than thousands. Here she's playing xylophone. She can play more than 1,000 instruments. I'm trying to see if we have a better picture. She can play more than 1,000 instruments. So now ask me, what is so special about her? Any idea what's so special about her? So what if she plays here? She's playing another instrument. So many instruments at the same time. The textbook claims that she can play more than 1,000 instruments. So what? What is so special about her? Any idea?
She cannot hear.
She cannot hear. You have read that lesson?
No, I just read this verse.
Verse 5. Yes, she cannot hear. But she cannot hear. So imagine, how did she learn to play music? And music, she started her career as an orchestra. So in an orchestra, you need to hear and synchronize your music. Now she gives, and then very soon she started giving solo concerts. She plays all over the world. And the miracle is, or the lesson will tell you how she learned. Have you played anything? Have you learned to play anything? So this is the story of Evelyn Glennie, who cannot hear but managed to learn so many instruments, and she's a master percussionist. Okay, let's see. Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why we express music so beautifully. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. Let's see. Read the first part.
Rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train's platform. A slight girl, looking younger than her 17 years, was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibration of the approaching train. It was the first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf.
Yes.
Okay,
1 minute. You understood this para?
Yes.
Rush hour crowds, jostle in position underground. So she was, where was she standing? In the first para, they tell us that she was standing at the underground train station. And in London, the underground train station is as crowded as our local trains. Okay, if you have you traveled by local trains?
No, I have seen.
You've seen. Okay. You've never traveled by local train, or you've never gone to the station?
Yeah, I've gone to the station.
Okay, so you know how crowded the stations are, especially if it's a rush hour. You know what is a rush hour?
Usually,
People
people
go to the office time. So usually in Mumbai, it's 8 to 9:30 is the rush hour. Because that's the time when people go to the office, and 5:30 to 6:30 or 7 is the rush hour again. 5, because that's the time when most of the offices leave and people come back. So if you go to Fort area, see, Fort was once upon a time that was the place where most of the offices were. Now the offices are also scattered all over, but that is the rush hour. Okay, so this was a rush hour time, morning time, when everybody was going. She was a slight girl, looking younger than her 17 years. She was 17 years old, but she was very thin and looked younger than 17 years. And she was standing there. She was both excited and nervous. Why was she excited and nervous?
Because she was going to the prestigious Royal Academy of Music.
That's right. Because she had got admission in the prestigious, world famous Royal Academy of Music in London. And where was she from?
Scottish farm.
Yes, she was raised in Scotland on a Scottish farm, and that's why it was daunting. It was daunting. It was scary for her to travel through the train. Okay, she could see, she couldn't hear, so she was feeling the vibrations. If you go by train, you'll know when you stand at the platform, you can feel the vibrations as the train approaches. So she could feel the vibrations, and she could, understand that the train is approaching. Okay. The biggest challenge was she was profoundly deaf. What do you understand by profoundly deaf? Completely deaf. Yes.
Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. They were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn.
Okay. So now they say that Evelyn, was she born deaf?
No.
No. It was gradual. Initially she could hear, and slowly the deafness set in. When did her mother first realize it?
When she was 8 years old and when she didn't play the piano when her name was called.
Yes, she did not move. There was some concert. She had to play piano. They called her name and she did not move. And that's when her mother realized when she couldn't hear. She had not heard her name was called. For a long time, Evelyn managed to hide her deafness from her friends and from her teachers. Finally, when she was 11 years old, the teachers realized something was wrong. How did they realize?
Like it's very nice when teachers are telling and when they say your name you are not answering.
Responding, yeah. And by then her grades had deteriorated badly, had gone down. That's when the teachers called and called the parents and asked them to check, go to take her to the specialist. And the result was so there was some, she had completely, her hearing was completely impaired because of nerve damage. What suggestion did they make?
To get her fitted with hearing aids and be sent to a school for that deaf.
She was asked to leave the school and asked to join the school, special school for deaf children. She says everything suddenly looked black. Some children asked me, Miss, did she even become blind? What do you mean by that sentence? Suddenly everything looked black means?
Like, she was like feeling like my hearing is gone now and then I have to go to a school of deaf and
That's
they
right.
are not normal schools.
Exactly. So that's right. So now suddenly everything looked black. Means she had managed to lead a very normal life till she was 11. 11 means what? Till fifth standard, sixth standard. She was to play with her normal friends. She was to go to normal school. She was leading a normal life, though she had this problem. And now suddenly they told her, go fix your hearing aid. Her grades were deteriorating. And they said you can't come to the school. And they asked her to go to the special school for deaf. So yes, she was nervous, she was sad, and she felt as if life will never be normal as it was before. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. Don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way, says Evelyn. Suddenly, I realized I could feel the higher drum from the bass up and the lower one from the bass down. Forbes repeated the exercise, and sooner Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. So, she decided to follow her dream. What was her dream? Her dream was to learn, pursue music. Were teachers forthcoming? Were they happily ready to teach her? No. They started discouraging. When you can't hear, see if you have learned or if you know, when you're learning music, you learn that sur or whatever it is, the tune by listening. When you play a key and when your teacher plays a key, you know that this doesn't sound exactly like him. Then what to do? So you constantly hear, uh, you develop that hearing, that सुर को पहचानने की आदत करवानी पड़ती है. For that you need to hear. Now here she can't hear. So therefore all the teachers used to discourage her. Who helped her?
The useless Ron
Forbes. So Ron Forbes. What did he tell her?
That he spotted her potential and he said that don't listen by ears, you should sense it some other way.
Yes. So he told her to, he taught her to sense it through other way. They say when one of your senses is not working, the other senses become hyperactive. Like see, those who can't, those who are blind, they can hear very, their hearing is very sharp. They can hear very well. Because when one sense is muted, the others are more powerful. That's what they say. So here he asked her to, no, you can't hear. So he said, probably sense it. What did he do? The two drums, he set it to different tunes. Has a different sound. And when there are different sounds, the vibrations are also different. So he tried to teach her to understand the vibration of different notes. And then she realized that she can feel the lower drum, higher drum, the bigger drum from waist up. She could sense the smaller drum from waist down. And that's how she started identifying the vibrations and tried to replicate those sounds and replicate and understand those vibrations. ये sound की कैसी vibration आए थे वैसे she tried to learn music by replicating it. I hope you understood.
Yes.
Yes, D.
She never looked back from that point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom with the youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from the orchestral work to solo performance. At the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards.
So that is about her. See, it must have not been easy. If you ever learn to play, you realize even for normal people, she was also normal, but of course she couldn't hear. See, even when you can hear, replicating those tunes or learning any musical instrument is hard work. So when you can't hear, it is double the hard work. So she must have really put in great hard work. She was also talented, and she started touring along, toured the entire United Kingdom, and then she decided that she will go to this Royal Academy of Music. Here, she scored one of the highest marks in the history of Academy. She won all the prizes in those 3 years. And then she was ready not just for orchestral work but to give solo performances.
And for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where are you going, you will get there. And she got right to the top, the world's most sought after multi-percussionist with a mastery of 1,000 instruments at a hectic international scale.
So when you talk to her, if you talk to her, she will not even act as if she has done some great heroic deed. It is heroic to learn 1,000 instruments, different instruments, and to learn music when you can't hear it. So she says, if you work hard and if you know what you want to achieve, then you will get it. Today she is the world's most sought after. What is sought after? She's the most sought after means most popular, most in demand. Okay, sought after multi-percussionist. That multi-percussionist is the one who plays the drum. Multi-percussionist is the one who plays, there are the drums and what all, many things. Remember, you must have seen it. So she's a multi-percussionist and a hectic international skip. It is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. It is very curious, it is very interesting to watch her. That she can't hear, but she moves around and functions very effortlessly. In our 2 hour discussion, she never missed a word. So this author was taking her interview. See, usually when they don't hear, you feel that, probably she have to repeat the question. But she says in our 2 hour interview, she never ever missed a word. She could understand everything. Men with bushy beards give me trouble. Why? Any idea?
Because like she cannot tell that how their mouths are moving and
Yes, yes. So usually when they can't hear, they do the lip reading. They see your lip movements. Earlier, they would teach them that sign language. So even now there are those sign language, but they discourage the sign language. For past 15, 20 years, there is no sign language. Don't teach them sign language. Teach them to identify the lip movement. Of course, they must be using sign language. The reason that they say that normal people don't understand sign language. No?
Those people like who do the investigation kind of works, they like see the when they are at a distance, they can so see what they are talking. So those people know what.
Yes. So they encourage that lip reading tactic. So she finds it difficult when men have these bushy beards and she can't see their lip reading properly. It is not just watching the lips, it is the whole face, especially the eyes. Many times, same words, but the feeling will be different and it is reflected in the eyes. So, yeah, whether you're happy, whether you're saying it, very good, very good. So, whether the tone is sarcastic or whether the tone is genuinely happy. You come to know only with your in your eyes. So she says it's not just lips, it's the entire face and the expressions that tell you, help her understand. It's the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lip. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says. See, usually those who are deaf are also dumb. They can't speak. Because you see how you learn speaking. Because you hear when you're a child, he listens to the parents speak or the people in the house speak, and that's how he picks up the words. So, see, we pick up the tone and words exactly the way our parents speak or the people in our house speak. Then, when you start going out, your tone changes or whatever the changes you make later. But as a child, you learn maximum words from the people by hearing. So most of the times when children can't hear, when they're deaf, they can't even speak. But in her case, because she could hear till she was 11, she can speak very well. But that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. Fine. She says she learned English, she learned music because she sensed vibrations. How did she learn French and Japanese? How did she learn to speak? How did she get that exact, accent and the pronunciation of the words? The exact pronunciation of the words. So that's again a mystery.
As for music, she explains it pours into every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonance flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare foot and up her legs.
Yes. So like she has become attuned to the instruments. Like she can feel, sense vibrations everywhere. So she says in her skin, in her hair. When she's playing xylophone through that wooden stick, it passes through her fingers. So even when she's playing on stage, she removes her shoes and she stands on the stage so that the vibrations she can feel through her leg up, feet up, through her leg. Not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audiences. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Says master percussionist James Waits, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so delightfully. So, Evelyn confesses that she's something of a workaholic. See, she must have really put in extreme hard work to sense and to understand those vibrations, to feel those vibrations, to replicate those sounds. She has to be a workaholic. She's a workaholic. You know the word workaholic, right?
And then who likes to work a lot.
Yes. I have just got to work, often harder than classical musicians, but the rewards are enormous. Apart from the regular concerts, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons and hospitals. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians. Anne Richlin of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says, she's a shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go. So not just concerts, but she also does a lot of charity. She plays in the prison and hospitals. She does free concerts for in the prisons and hospitals. Why?
Because they in the prisons the people cannot see what is going on outer world, so
Yes.
she goes and sings.
Brings joy in their life, basically, the unfortunate ones and the sick people in the hospital. So she tries to bring joy through her music for them. She gives free concerts there. Also gives a lot of gives high priority to classes of young musicians. She is a shining example for deaf children. When they see her, that's an inspiration. She's an inspiration for them. She can do, even we can. We.
Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. She has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped. People will look to her and say, if she can do it, I can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to me.
Yes. Did you read about that KK? The one, the musician, the singer who died yesterday, day before yesterday. You don't know this singer KK? He has sung some other popular songs, including Meri Sharm Khalil Sumar. Do you listen to Hindi songs?
I don't usually listen to songs.
Sorry?
I don't usually listen to songs.
Okay. So he is this very popular singer, and he gave his last concert yesterday. Day before yesterday, he was playing. He had his concert in Calcutta, and he was singing and started feeling restless. So actually, they say that the auditorium say it was full packed, and it had the people, like say the audit capacity of the auditorium was 300 people. There were three times higher than number, so there were 900 packed in that auditorium. And he sang, he was, as usual, he was jumping, dancing, shaking hands with the singer, audience, giving selfies. He was at the best of his performance. But throughout, he was feeling uneasy, but he did not show it to the audience. He sang all the songs except there is this one last song, Hum Rahena Rahe. That's his, that usually he ends all his concerts with that song, and the audience like to sing it along with him. He was feeling very uneasy, but he never let anybody know that. But finally, couldn't sing that last song, so he moved out before that. He said it's feeling very uneasy. They rushed him out. They took him to the. He asked to take him to the hospital, and in an hour he got a massive attack and he died. So it is all it's there all over the news. It's all over the news. What I'm trying to say, that's passion. They claim that he was not feeling well even the day, like that day before coming to the. Of course, he should have taken little more care, because when the investigation was done, police found many antacid sachets in his, room, hotel room, and he was not feeling well even before the concert, but he did not stop the concert or cancel the concert because he did not realize that he was having a heart attack. That is what happened. Why I told you this story, I also don't know. I just want to tell you that these musicians are so passionate about what they do. Because this, whatever Evelyn does, or whatever Evelyn achieved, she couldn't have achieved it had she not had that strong passion for learning music. And one thing I never understand, if she can't hear, how does she know she's playing good?
Vibrations only tell her.
Yeah, that she's playing good. Maybe the vibrations only give her joy. I don't think we'll be able to hear whatever she plays, no? The video.
If you go on YouTube, you can see.
We are on Google now. If you go on YouTube, that's right.
Or you can go for the videos also, the other topic.
Oh, yes, I hope it has. Do you want to listen to her, or do you like to just? I just want to listen to the music play. You want to listen to her?
And it's okay.
how do I make it? Can you hear it?
If you want to increase the volume, you can from the YouTube on the screen, like it's playing.
Yeah, but I'm not able to. It sounds full.
No, on the laptop that button. See the music button and go a little left. Yes. Now,
harder. What I want to do, just a basic feeling. However, that is simply not enough. And I think what Harry said, please listen. Listen. We have to listen to ourselves, first of all. If I play, for example, holding the stick, where literally I do not let go of the stick, you'll experience quite a lot of shock coming up through the arm, and if you're really quite, believe it or not, detached from the instrument and from the stick, even although I'm actually holding the stick quite tightly. By holding it tightly, I feel strangely more detached. If I just simply let go and allow my hand, my arm to be more of a support system, suddenly more dynamic with less effort, much more. And I just feel at last one with the stick and one with the drum, and I'm doing far less. So in the same way that I need time with this instrument, I need time with people in order to interpret them, not just translate them, but interpret them. If, for example, I play and so on, there is a little bit of a difference there that is what's the problem? So something like to all sorts. I said to them, well, look, if they accepted me, something that's so unbelievably simple, that he would be experiencing something that I wouldn't be, because I'm on top of the sound. I have the sound coming this way. He would have the sound coming through the resonators. If there were no resonators on here, we would have a fullness of sound that those of you in the front few rows wouldn't experience, those of you in the back few rows wouldn't experience either. And
I just wanted to show you that she talks so effortlessly. She can speak clearly, she plays. Of course, she's a world famous. So. Should we do the question answers? How old was Evelyn when she went to the Royal Academy of Music?
She was 17, a little younger than 17.
So she was 17. She looked younger. She was 17. When was her deafness first noticed?
8 years.
When she was 8 years old.
And it was confirmed at 11.
Yes, and it was confirmed. Who helped her to continue with music?
The percussionist Ron Fox.
The percussionist Ron Fox. How did he do?
He said that don't feel it, feel it from the body.
Yes, so he said, do not try to hear through your ears, try to sense it in some other way. And then what did he do for that?
He took 2 drums and set them to different
tunes,
yes.
Notes or tunes?
And she could feel the higher drum from the bass drum and the lower from the bass drum.
She could hear the vibrations. She could sense the vibrations. So write that. Don't say the word hear. She could sense the vibrations. Name the various places and causes for which Evelyn performs. First is she performs
in concerts.
Yes, she gives solo performances in the concerts all over the world. Then
she also does some charity work, like
so free concerts for
the prisoners and the
hospitals. Yes, and she also
teaches the
gives classes for young musicians. That's right. And probably gives charity shows, makes charity concerts for Beethoven Fund, deaf children also. How does Evelyn hear music?
She doesn't hear the music, but she feels it.
Yes, she tries to sense the vibrations. How?
By the tunes that the sound makes, she can feel it through her body.
Yes.
And by feeling it through her body and by the vibration, she can tell how the sound is.
Okay. So it's here on page 19. See, as for music, she says every part of her body, it tingles in her skin. So when she's playing xylophone, the vibrations pass through the rod to her fingers, and that's how she senses them. Then the music tingles in her skin, her cheekbones, and even in her hair. That's how she senses the vibrations. Then, while playing on the stage, she removes her, on the wooden platform, she removes her shoes. She walks bare feet so that the vibrations, pass through her bare feet up her leg. And that's how she senses the music. That's how she tries to sense the music and hear it, learn it. You will be writing this one answer. How does Evelyn hear music? I'll ask you some short answer questions. You know the meaning of to jostle?
Many people like are moving, like pushing each
Each
other.
other, that's right. To push roughly, if you've seen anybody ever getting in local train, you will know how they push and get inside. So that is to push roughly. To pursue something means?
To do it in the and making it into a career.
Yes, follow something to make it in a career. Yes. Why was Evelyn taken to a specialist?
Because they were suspecting of her that she cannot hear and there must be some problems with her.
Okay. So to check up of her hearing problems because her grades had deteriorated. Why was there jostling on the platform?
Because it was a rush hour at the
Yes, because it was rush hour and many people wanted to get into the train. Why was the girl nervous?
because she was going to a very big and prestigious royal
Academy of Music in London, and it was her first day.
yes.
It's first day, everybody is nervous. Why did Evelyn say that everything? Oh, that we discussed. Go to black. What was Evelyn's determination?
Her definition was that like she would never like now look back from that point and uh, she has to go on forward.
Okay. So her determination was to lead a normal life and to learn music. Okay. Her determination was to lead a normal life and to learn music. Who was the first to notice Evelyn's potential?
Percussionist Ron Fox.
Yes. Tell me the word which means a person who plays tabla or
Percussionist.
what history did Evelyn create?
That it doesn't matter. Like if you
In Royal Academy. What history did Evelyn create in Royal Academy?
the highest marks scored.
Yes, she's managed to score the highest marks in the history of Royal Academy and also won all the prizes.
Top awards.
Yes, top awards. Also won all the top awards. Uh, how can Evelyn sense the sound of the xylophone?
She can sense it by the sound that is passing from the stick to her fingertips.
That's it. That's it. What extraordinary ability has God given Evelyn?
To feel music that normal people cannot feel.
Yes, to feel music far more deeply than any of us. What does Evelyn confess?
She confesses that she's something of a workaholic.
Yes, she's a workaholic and she has just got to work harder than other musicians.
Yes.
Why does Evelyn remove her shoes on the wooden platform?
So that she can feel the vibration that is coming from the platform to her body.
Yes, through her bare feet to legs. Fine. Just write one more answer. Do we have time? Which is our 4 minutes. No? How much more time do we have now? 20, no?
Yes, sir, it's
10 minutes, no? So one answer. State the causes for which Evelyn performs. Name the various places and causes for which Evelyn performs. Causes for which Evelyn performs.
repeat the question.
Yes. It's from the textbook only, but I will add to it. It is at question number 2. Okay, and add to it what values does she depict by doing so?
After that, I have to write.
Yes. First you write that question and then name the various places and causes for which Evelyn performs. And what values, after After that, add what values does she depict by doing so? What values does she depict? First,
that she's very kind
and caring.
yeah,
and
for
tries.
the people who are unfortunate because she has felt it before in her
Yes. So yes, so one will be she's caring for the ones who are unfortunate and deprived of happiness in their life, and she tries to teach younger children. That tells us that mm, she's probably encouraging. What can you say about younger children? That here she's encouraging the aspiring musicians and trying to guide them. Encouraging and trying to guide them. I'll just write those points here. You can write the first part, right?
yes sir.
What did we say? She takes classes for young musicians. That's how that tells us how.
And aspiring musicians
Encourage the that she tries to encourage the aspiring, encourage and guide, encourage and guide the young aspiring musicians. So she gives due respect to their ambitions and devotes her time for them. Aspirations. I've written it in points. You'll write no inside this. Hello. Wait for 2-3 minutes. Finish writing?
No.
Okay. Do you have your phone?
Yes, my hand done. I'm just writing the last one.
Okay. Oh, that's the last one. Yeah. The first part you will write now. Bye.
Thank you.
See you next week.